Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Mahabharata character series. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधार शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. We are discussing the characters of Mahabharata and we are discussing the wonderful character of Arjuna. So last time we discussed how Arjuna, after completing his education and learning all the arts, martial arts in heavens, he went to Indra and asked for Guru Dakshina. And Indra, he told that if you can kill those demons, Nimata Kavachas, it would be very nice. So hearing this instruction, Arjuna, he went and very fiercely fought with these very, very powerful demons who were blessed by Brahmaji and defeated them. And then on the way back, he did some extra service of killing another race of the demons called Kalkanyakas. And then he returned. Then after that, he came back to earthly Bhumandal. And that's what he was sharing with all the Pandavas. So then we heard how they all went to the lower regions from the Himalayas. Then 1 year of Agyatavas came. Sorry. And Arjuna had to become a eunuch because of the curse of Urvashi. But it was actually a blessing in disguise. And we heard how, although it was not so good and not so palatable, but Arjuna accepted the situation very gracefully. He accepted it as the will of the Lord, and he became a dance teacher for the daughter of Virat king, that was Uttara. So he practically became like the father figure. He became the mentor and the guide, along with teaching her dance. He was he developed such trust. So although this service of teaching dance was very humiliating, but Arjuna, he did it very gracefully and very peacefully. So when our life puts us in trials, then we have to learn them to handle peacefully. When can we be peaceful? Because to remain peaceful is not easy. It is not just like if you say, oh, stay peaceful and you'll be peaceful. No. When we understand that whatever duties I am doing, it is correct. I am not doing anything wrong, and I'm following my services. I'm doing my duties properly. And if some situations are coming in my life, that is not in my hand. So why I should get disturbed? Because I am not doing anything wrong. I am following the principles very nicely. That consciousness brings peace. And as we have heard discussed earlier also, there is a peace of mind and there is peace of heart. Peace of mind is not so easy because any situation comes, mind becomes disturbed. But the peace of heart is achievable when we understand that whatever is happening in my life is happening because of the will and sanction of the Supreme Lord. And because I am doing my duties nicely, services nicely, then there is a peace in the heart. There may be so many wrong things happening around us, but our heart will be peaceful. So in this way, Arjuna was spending his time in the palace of Uttara, and Arjuna's greatest moment of glory was coming, because Bhima, he killed Kichaka, Duryodhan, and all the other Kauravas. They started sensing that Pandavas must be hiding in Virat kingdom. Otherwise, nobody could kill Kichaka. So they planned, along with Shakuni and all the other Kauravas, they planned that they will attack, and they took the help of the king of Trigartha. His name was Shusharma. So they planned that Shusharma, along with his army, will attack the Virat king, and the entire army of the Virat king would be busy in handling this attack. And then all the Kaurava armies, headed with uh, Bhishma, Drona, Kripa, Karna, Duryodhan, Ashwathama, these 6 warriors, they planned to attack on the other side. And he was thinking, Duryodhana was thinking that Pandavas will come for help and they'll be exposed. So following this strategy, they attacked, and Virat king, he went with 4 Pandavas, and Arjuna, he didn't go because he was acting as a eunuch. We have discussed all this in detail in our topic of Bhima, how Bhima, he protected Virat king when he was just about to be arrested. And as this was happening, the Kaurava army, headed by these 6 warriors, they attacked from the other side and they kidnapped, they arrested the cows. It was a declaration of war. So, in the absence of the king, the son of the Virat king, Bhuminjay, his name was Bhuminjay, Uttar Kumar, also called as Uttar Kumar, he was sitting on the throne, and the Kaurava warriors came and grabbed all the cows. So the messenger, he came and he told Bhuminjay that, "O son, O king, O son of Virat king, you are a great hero, and now please protect us. We depend on you for protection because you are seated on the throne now. Please defeat the Kaurava kings just like the Arjuna defeated the gods at Khandava. So you also please fight." So Bhuminjay, when he heard himself being compared with Arjuna, he was he became puffed up, and then he said, "Yes, I have that prowess, and I will show the prowess by which even Kauravas will be overwhelmed. Kauravas will feel that Arjuna has come again to fight with them." And this way he started bragging. He said, "I need a charioteer for this great fight." It is very interesting. Who was this Bhuminjay? He was a very young, not very experienced fighter. But if we are surrounded by people who just flatter us and they don't tell us the reality, then they put us in most difficult situations and they are our most dangerous enemies. So we should be very, very careful. Who is glorifying us? Because if we are not having those qualities and we are being glorified for those qualities, that creates a very dangerous situation. And this leads that person to the path of destruction. That's why it is described in Srimad Bhagavatam that when the great king Prithu Maharaj, who was actually the Supreme Lord himself, his incarnation, he appeared, all the professional reciters and the poets and the bards, they came and they started glorifying. So this King Prithu Maharaj, he said, "Wait, why are you glorifying me? I have not done anything now. You are glorifying me for some future activities. This should not be done. You should glorify me what I have done. So therefore, glorification, it is very, very intoxicating. And we should be very careful that this intoxication should not go to our head. Otherwise, we lose our capacity for discrimination. So therefore, this Bhuminjay, he was really intoxicated with this glorification. So this word spread through the palace and reached Brihannalla, Arjuna. At that time, Sairendri was also there. So Brihannalla, he told Sairendri that you go and tell Bhuminjay that Brihannalla will act as your charioteer, because he needed a charioteer. Sairendri, Draupadi, she was already angry that this foolish person is comparing himself with Arjuna. She was angry with that. Who is Bhuminjay and where is Arjuna? And because she knew he is nothing compared to Arjuna. But still, because Arjuna, he told her, then she went. And she told Bhuminjay that during Khandava war, actually Brihannalla acted as the charioteer of Arjuna. And he was victorious because of that. So call him and surely you will attain victory. So Bhuminjay, he started to laugh. He said, how can I ask a eunuch? He is a eunuch. But Draupadi said, Sairendri said, just ask him, believe my words, trust my words, just ask him. So, everybody had seen the power of Sairendri also. So Brihannalla, he trusted her and he called. He called Brihannalla. So Bhuminjay trusted her and he called Brihannalla. So Brihannalla came, and just to have some fun, he started twirling her long hair, and then he said, oh king, why have you called me? If you want to learn some dance and music, then I'm there, but I don't know. What do I know about fighting and driving chariot? Why have you called me? So Bhuminjay said, I trust the words of Sairendri. Please become my charioteer. And then the armor was brought for Brihannalla. And just to make things more interesting, to increase the fun, Brihannalla started looking at the armor as if he didn't know how to put it. And while he was holding, he dropped the armor and everyone started laughing. So it is very easy to, have fun at the cost of others. This happens many times. We make fun of somebody and then we have a good laugh. But to make people laugh at our own expense, that is not easy. Only a confident person, only a strong person can make others laugh at his own cost, because he knows that, oh, this is not, I'll not be affected by all these fun. So Arjuna, he had full confidence. He knew who he was. So therefore, he was just making some fun, making others laugh. So seeing all this, Bhuminjay was getting afraid and disturbed. So he himself came and he put the armor on Brihannalla and then said, let's go, now we have to go to fight. So as Bhuminjay and Brihannalla, they were going out of the palace, some of the women of the palace and Uttara, she said, oh Brihannalla, Brihannalla, yes, they said, oh Brihannalla, after Bhuminjay defeats the Kauravas, you please get their jewelries and the crowns and the headsets so that we can decorate our dolls. So Brihannalla said, okay, I'll get. And then both of them, they marched. And all the way, Bhuminjay, he was bragging about his power. When we brag about our power and the achievements, actually that makes us weaker. One time, His Holiness Arjuna Swami Maharaj was telling that when he was staying in Himalayas, in the early days, one of the Himalayan yogis, he told him that when we tell others what we have done, what achievements we have made, what are our powers, actually we lose the credits. So therefore, it is very, very important that we don't brag about what we have done. It actually makes us a weaker person. We should always remember what others have done for us, and we should forget what we have done for others. That makes life peaceful, although it is not, it is easier said than done. But this consciousness makes one peaceful, because when we remember what we have done for others, we expect that they will reciprocate. They will also do something for us, and when they don't reciprocate the way we want, we become disturbed. When our expectations are not fulfilled, then we become disturbed. So Bhuminjay, he was bragging all the way, and they went out of the city. They went on the battlefield. Those days, battles would not happen in the city. Citizens were spared of it. They had nothing to do with the battle. Not like today's war, where citizens are equally affected. So citizens, they would be very safe in the cities, and the war would happen in the battlefield. And as Bhuminjay saw the army of the Kauravas, his jaws fell open. And he said, these warriors, they look like elephants. How will I fight? This is unlimited army. I have never seen such a huge army. I can barely see the end of this army. I am a mere boy. I have not fought such war anytime. Please take me back. I can't fight. So he became fearful. Arjuna said, Arey, I just sometime back you told in front of everyone that you will fight and you will defeat them, and what are you saying now? Duty of a Kshatriya is to fight till death. And Allah said, I don't care. Arjuna said, Arey, what face you will show to your father? Bhuminjay said, let others laugh at me, let my father chastise me, but I can't fight. This is very interesting. Why is Bhuminjay behaving like a coward? Because he was also a very powerful warrior. It was not that he was a novice, he was a warrior and he had fought battles. But he behaved in such a way because he didn't expect such formidable army. It was beyond his expectations. So in our fight with our conditionings, we may have entered the battlefield like Bhuminjay, not knowing the gravity of the situation, not knowing the power of the opponent. And when we are faced with reality of, oh my God, I have entered into a war zone which is much beyond me, then we become bewildered and then we want to run away. That's what happens to a spiritualist. He thinks, I'm not able to conquer my lower side, I am not able to enjoy my material senses also, material things also. I'm being torn away, torn apart in between these two things. I have heard so many things in spiritual life, but my desire and attraction for material things have not gone away still. And this battle is so very difficult. My attraction for material things is still very, very powerful, and the battle is becoming very, very difficult. Let me run away. At least enjoy senses. So Bhuminjay, he didn't know the power of the army. But what Bhuminjay was unaware of, He was unaware of the power of Brihanalla. That is very, very important thing we have to keep in mind. In our fight with our lower nature, in our fight with our conditionings, we don't realize that we are with the most powerful personality, Krishna, in the form of holy names. We are taking help of the most powerful devotees of the Lord, who are equally powerful. Etadishanamishasya prakritisthopi tadgunai na yujyate sadatmastir yatha buddhi tadashraya. Just like Lord is powerful, devotees of the Lord, they are also powerful. So when we take shelter of the power of spirituality and Krishna consciousness and holy name, then we will realize, oh, there is nothing to fear. Because I am not alone in the war. Bhuminjay was thinking, Arey, I have to fight all this powerful army alone. But then he realized that, okay, I am not alone. And when he understood that I am with Arjuna, he became peaceful. So the sheer power of our conditionings, they push us to run away from the war. I can't handle this. Many times people say, oh, practicing spirituality is not so easy. I'm not happy, enjoying, and I'm getting miserable practicing. So better do one thing properly and better enjoy senses properly. But they don't realize by enjoying senses properly, they are destroying themselves even worse in a very faster way. That's what scriptures they tell. Yascha murtamo loke yascha buddhe param gatah tau bhav shukhame rete krishyati antarito janah. There are two types of people who are happy in this world. One who is grossly engaged in enjoying things of the world, and the other who are completely detached from sense gratification. They both are happy. And who is miserable? The middle people who have some desire for sense gratification, and they are trying to come close to Krishna also. They are most miserable. So this holy name of the Lord is the most powerful weapon which we are using. So we should have faith in that, because holy name is not different than Krishna. Nam Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. Krishna's holy name is not different than Krishna. So Bhuminjay, he was not ready to fight, and Brihanalla was not ready to move. He was just standing there. Bhuminjay said, take me back, oh Brihanalla, I'll give you chariot, I'll give you gold, I'll give you horses. Just take me out of here. But Brihanalla was not ready. Bhuminjay became so disturbed and so desperate that he jumped off the chariot and started running away. And Arjuna said, Arey, Bhuminjay, why are you running? What will happen to your fame? Bhuminjay said, Arey, fame is only for a person who is living. If I'll fight all these, I'll die. He continued running. So Arjuna, he jumped off the chariot and he ran behind him and fought him and dragged him on the chariot. And all the while, Bhuminjay was saying, leave me. I don't want to fight. This looks very, very similar to our fight with our conditionings. We want to run away. Because so many times we have tried and we are defeated, then we think, oh, what is the use of fighting? There is a very beautiful verse which tells how our senses, they steal our sense of discrimination. And as a result, we have become blinded because our intelligence makes us see things of this world properly. But our intelligence currently is deluded. The function of intelligence is to discriminate. But that is now stolen away. The power of discrimination is stolen away by our powerful senses. And as a result of that, a living entity, a person, falls down in a deep, dark well because he cannot see things in the jungle. Andhasya merita vivek mahadhanasya chaurei prabho balibhirindriya namatheyaha mohandakopakuhare vinipatitasya devesha dehi kripanasya karavalambam. So, in our fight with our anarthas and conditionings, many times we feel like we are being, defeated again and again. I cannot fight this. It is so very difficult. And we want to run away. But just like Arjuna is dragging Bhuminjay back, Srila Prabhupada, he writes in one of the purports in Nectar of Instruction, Krishna consciousness is so powerful that one is forcibly dragged to success. It is very interesting. That is our hope actually. Krishna will never leave a devotee and he will drag us to success. Even if we don't want, but Krishna will say, you started the process. Now you have to undergo the pain of purification. I will not leave you. Because the purification is not so easy. It is very, very painful to get purified of our lower nature. Because we have caught hold of this lower nature for many, many lifetimes. The desire to enjoy things of the world, it is very deeply rooted. But Krishna will not allow us to go away. He will purify us. And if we are ready to endure that pain of purification, then the result will be amazing. So Bhuminjay, he was desperate, said, why are you doing this? I don't want to fight, leave me. So then Arjuna said, if you can't fight, let's swap our positions. You become the charioteer, I will fight. So this was a bigger shock for Bhuminjay. He said, you are a eunuch, how can you fight? He didn't say anything. Arjuna, he was silent. And seeing the confidence of Arjuna, and as such, he was a very powerful looking warrior. He had a huge body, and well-developed shoulders, and just looking at the stature and the confidence of Arjuna, Bhuminjay accepted. And he said, okay. The more we take shelter of Lord and the more we accept the instructions of the devotees of the Lord and agree to work for the Supreme Lord, then we will be empowered. And in our fight, our weapon is the holy name. That is our weapon. That's what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give. Ei rupe achandale kirtana sanchare nama prema malaganthi parela samstare. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come and he has given us this weapon of the holy name so that we can fight with our anarthas. The more we commit ourselves to the process, the more we will realize the power of chanting. So Arjuna then told, Arjuna took Bhuminjay to a Shami tree, and because on that tree, the Pandavas had kept their weapons. So he told Bhuminjay, you climb up, and there are weapons of Pandavas kept up there. Among those weapons, there is a bow of Arjuna called Gandiva. You get that. Because I can't fight this battle with your bow. I need Gandiva. So Bhuminjay said, Arey, local people tell that there are corpses up there. Do you want me to climb this tree? Arjuna said, just trust me and climb up. So Bhuminjay, he went up and then there he saw the most powerful weapons of Pandavas. He was stunned to see them. He brought them down and he was thinking, are these weapons of Pandavas? Where are the Pandavas? So he asked uh, Brinala, where are the Pandavas? How come these weapons are here? Then Arjuna smiled and revealed his identity. He said, I am Arjuna. And he told all these Pandavas, Kanka is Yudhishthir, Vallabha is Bhima, Arjuna, Brinala, Bhuminja, he was shocked. He said, if you are Arjuna, then tell me the 10 names of Arjuna. Because how can I believe that such a powerful warrior, Arjuna, is in the body of a eunuch? Because not many people were aware of the curse of Arjuna because no one was aware. So Arjuna, he told the 10 names, his own 10 names, and Bhuminjay fell at his feet and said, oh, you are the most worshipable personality for me. Please forgive me for my harsh words. I didn't know who are you. And if you are there, definitely victory will be ours. And then Arjuna asked, are these horses capable of fighting such war? Bhuminja said, yes, of course, these are the horses which are as good as the horses of Krishna's chariot. They are very, very powerful. And I am also expert charioteer. I will drive your chariot. So in the earlier times, the Kshatriyas, they were trained in everything. They were trained in taking care of the horses also and driving chariot also. Because everything is needed in the war. So therefore, he said one should be the jack of all trades and master of one. We should know everything about, we should know something about everything and everything about one thing. So Bhuminja said, yes, I will drive your chariot here. Chariot, I'll become your chariot driver. So therefore, in our battle against the temptations, we have to learn to accept the teachings of the superiors and act as per their direction. Because Bhuminjay, he accepted to work under the direction of Arjuna, victory will be his. Because in our fight, if we don't take guidance of the superiors, it will not be easy. And when we are fighting, we have to work very hard. Even though we are not the one who is fighting against the material nature, our conditionings, we are just taking shelter of Krishna, and Krishna does the needful, but we have to work. It's like Bhuminjay was also working very hard. But we should not be so much concerned seeing the formidable army of illusion. Krishna is much, much stronger. Daivi Hiesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. It is Krishna's energy. Krishna can easily defeat and control that energy. Only thing we have to do is we have to allow Krishna to enter our lives and fight on our behalf. We have to give our reins in the hands of Krishna and hands of the devotees. And what we have to do? We have to be there. We should not run away. Seeing the powerful enemies, we should not run away. So Bhuminjay said, I will take you in the middle of the army and then you can destroy all these Kauravas. So because all this was happening on the battlefield, Kauravas could see this. They saw eunuch driving the chariot and then Bhuminjay getting down and running away, then Arjuna dragging him back, and they were laughing and then they disappeared and then they came back and they saw the huge bow, Gandiva. So Kauravas were seeing everything and they started discussing, who is this? And as they were discussing, Arjuna twanged his bow, and just the twang of Arjuna's dandi was so powerful that the horses of the chariot collapsed. Bhuminjay fell back. Arjuna said, "Oh king, be brave. Have you never heard any twanging?" He said, "I have heard many, but not like this. This was unimaginable." We have heard lots of information in our spiritual life. Just like Bhuminjay had heard many bows twanging. We have heard so much of the information in our spiritual life. But when we pray to Lord and the realization hits us, that realization is another experience altogether. It is like opening the doors to another world. So that's what Bhuminjay was experiencing now. When we see the scriptures and the words of Lord in action, then our faith becomes strong. So Bhuminjay, when he heard just the twanging of the bow of Arjuna, he became completely amazed and convinced. Arjuna said, "Be composed, and you will see more. You will hear more in future. Be composed." Just hearing the twang of Arjuna's bow, Kauravas understood that this is Arjuna. And Duryodhana smiled. He said, "If this is Arjuna, then our purpose is done. We have detected him before the 13th year." So he went to Bhishma and asked. Bhishma said, "According to my calculation, 13 years are over now." And actually Arjuna knew this. That's why he came in front of the Kauravas. But Duryodhana and Karna, they didn't agree. And they said, "How is this possible? No, it is not according to my calculation." He had some different calculation. Bhishma said, Pandavas are virtuous. They have endured 13 years of hardships in the forest. Now you please give them their kingdom back. They deserve it. Duryodhana became furious. He said, "I won't give them their kingdom. It's my kingdom and I'll fight." That's obstinacy. A demoniac person never accepts a good advice. There is a difference between obstinacy and determination. Obstinacy is a negative, uh, quality. Determination is a positive describer. When you are, when somebody continues to do a good thing in spite of all the problems, that is determination. And obstinacy means he is attached to doing a wrong thing and he doesn't mind harming others also. There are many examples in the history of obstinate people. Ravana. So many people came and told him, "Please return Sita." And before that, Marich told him, "Don't kidnap Sita." Then after kidnapping Sita, Mandodari told him, "Please return Sita." So many people, Vibhishan told him, even Kumbhakarna told him, but he was obstinate. On the other hand, we see Dhruva, he was determined. Narad Muni discouraged him, "Oh, you are a small child. What are you doing in the forest? You go back. You play, and when you grow, then you do tapasya." He didn't stop. So therefore, it is recommended that we follow the instructions given in the scriptures. And it is desirable to be determined to follow the scriptures. Even in the midst of all the obstacles, even in the midst of all the odds. So Duryodhana, he was really obstinate. So following the orders of Duryodhana, because he was acting as a king, Kripacharya, he said, "Okay, we should divide the army into two parts. Duryodhan can take away one part and take the cows, and other half will fight with Arjuna. And Arjuna, when he saw the army getting divided into two, he understood. And he attacked Duryodhan. And Kripa, he understood that Arjuna has, detected our move. So he said, "Oh, save the king. We have to save Duryodhan, because if Duryodhan is arrested or killed, then everything is lost." So then the entire army again became one and started fighting. And Arjuna, when he was facing the warriors, Bhuminjay asked, "Who are these warriors?" Because he had not seen the Kaurava warriors. So pointing towards the flag of each and every chariot, he started telling, "Oh, he's Bhishma Pitama, he is Drona, he's Kripa, he is Karna." And then he told whom to attack fiercely and whom not to. Arjuna, he attacked Duryodhana very fiercely, and he was about to kill him. But he remembered the vow of Bhima. Bhima had taken a vow that I will kill all the 100 Kauravas. So he left him. And he kept fighting fiercely, and he wounded the whole army. Seeing the army getting defeated and wounded, another person called Shatruntapa, he came. And he started showering arrows. And he injured Arjuna. Arjuna, he became so angry. He killed his chariot, killed chariot driver, he killed his horses, and he killed him also. Seeing the powerful warrior being killed, the army of Kauravas were devastated. And then Karna came forward for fighting. And Arjuna, he remembered all the insults which which Karna had done. He was the one who spoke, who gave the idea of disrobing Draupadi. Arjuna became very, very angry and started shooting arrows. And the battle seemed unending because Karna was also a very powerful warrior. But Arjuna was very angry, and when a person is angry, he can do unimaginable things. He becomes. That's why a warrior has to be angry. And he cannot fight a war in a happy mood. Arjuna was very angry, and he practically injured Karna very badly. And Karna had to flee away. Many times we hear Karna was a more powerful warrior than Arjuna, but it is not the case. Karna was defeated by Arjuna many times. In the Agyatwas also, in the Vanvas also, when the Kauravas came and camped, they had a fight with a Gandharva. And that time Karna was there. Karna also ran away. Arjuna came that time and helped Duryodhana. And this time, practically, it was 1-to-1 battle, and Arjuna defeated Karna. But many times, whenever people they hear this, they don't accept this, because people have preconceived notions about something, about Karna, and they don't accept the reality. So therefore, we have to be very, very careful about from where we are accepting our knowledge. What is the source of our knowledge? Because if we make our notions according to the things which we hear in the general social media and internet, most of the time it is not proper. So therefore, Karna ran away, and then seeing this, Duryodhan, he charged and he started fighting with Arjuna. Arjuna was waiting for 13 years to take revenge. He started shooting so many arrows, powerful arrows. And Duryodhan, he was injured practically, could not tolerate. He also ran away. And then Dronacharya came. He started fighting. And right at the beginning, before even Arjuna started shooting arrows, First, before beginning the battle, he shot two arrows at the feet of Drona and Bhishma, asking for their blessings. This is very, very important. Respecting and offering obeisances to the elders and taking their blessings. This was ingrained in Vedic culture. And many times now in current society, we don't realize the powers of the blessings. That's why it is it was described in the scriptures, it was culture that we should take blessings. Touching the feet of the elders, it is a very, very important way to get their blessings. And of course, there are many scientific theories. Or when you touch, then you get some energy. That is all different thing. That is all secondary. But the power of blessings of the superiors can make miracles. Unfortunately, in current situations, in this modern scenario, many times children, they can't even handle walking with their parents. They want to be free. They don't want to be seen as dependent on their parents. They want to have their own image. Forget about taking their blessings. And that is all the influence of modern culture, which is taking us away from the reality, which is taking us away from the situations which can help us. So when Drona, he saw the arrow at his feet, he understood, oh, this is Arjuna, he's asking for blessings. And Drona and Bhishma, they gave their blessings. And then Drona told all the warriors, oh warriors, please be careful. This is Arjuna, he's taking blessings. But in future, arrows won't offer respect. And then he started shooting arrows. And then he started fighting. Arjuna, first of all, he told Dronacharya, oh Dronacharya, we have spent our life, 12 years of our lives in exile and 1 year in Agyatwas. Now we have lived our exile fairly and I don't want to fight. I won't shoot unless you attack. So Dronacharya was ready to fight. He didn't say anything and he started shooting, and in fierce battle ensued between both of them. And Arjuna, he was wounding so many other soldiers also. Along with fighting with Dronacharya, he was shooting arrows all over. And slowly the fight went on and Dronacharya started becoming overwhelmed and he fell back. Just to save Dronacharya, the chariot driver of Dronacharya, he took him away. When Ashwatthama, he saw this, he became very angry and he came and attacked fearlessly. And so fierce was the attack that the string of Arjuna's bow broke. And all the Kauravas, they jeered and they started laughing, and Arjuna, he just smiled and he took another string and strung it again and he continued fighting and he defeated Ashwatthama also. Ashwatthama, he had a quiver which was also inexhaustible. That inexhaustible quiver got exhausted. And then he had to retreat back. And then by that time, Karna, who had ran away, he recovered and he again came back. He started fighting again. But Arjuna, he attacked with such a force that it penetrated the armor of Karna and he became unconscious. Again, he had to withdraw. And then Duryodhan came and with all the Kaurava brothers, they were all defeated by Arjuna. Arjuna was fierce. Only person who was remaining was Bhishma. So Arjuna offered respects to Bhishma and then he started fighting. In the beginning, Bhishma, he was not fighting with his full capacity. But, when he saw Arjuna's attack, he became really disturbed and overwhelmed. Arjuna wounded him and he became very angry. Bhishma became angry and started fighting with his full capacity, but still Arjuna was undefeatable. And seeing this war between Bhishma and Arjuna, Bhuminjay was getting disturbed and he was exhausted. He told Arjuna, Arjuna, I have never seen such fight. I am getting exhausted. Please do something. I am losing my composure. Arjuna at that time, he spoke to Bhuminjay. He said, "Oh Bhuminjay, please remember God and He will give you strength. Krishna is pleased when somebody does his duties properly." This is very, very important instruction which Arjuna is giving, and this is applicable to everyone of us who is engaged in fighting a war against material forces. He said, God is pleased when we do our duties properly. So, oh Bhuminjay, please pray to Krishna. We have already, fought such formidable war. Already, so many warriors are defeated, and only few are remaining. Just continue for some more time. Take shelter of Krishna. Take shelter of God. In challenging situations, we have to take shelter of Krishna. Continue, persevere for some time. That is the quality of a devotee. That is the quality of a spiritualist. Perseverance. To tolerate and continue in all situations. That is the quality which Parikshit Maharaj had shown. Even when he was cursed to die in 7 days, he was completely equipoised. He was not even fearful of the death. Tamopayatam pratiyantu vipra ganga cha devi dhritachitamishe dvijopasrishtam kuhakastakshako vadashatvalamgayata vishnu gatha. He was telling that let that bird or whatever magical thing that Shringi, that son of sage has created, let it come and bite me, I don't care. I am more concerned about maintaining my consciousness than to maintain my physical body. So therefore, for a spiritualist, maintaining the consciousness is more important, because body will anyways get destroyed. That doesn't mean we don't have to take care of the body. We have to do the needful, but by nature the body will be deteriorating and will get destroyed. More concerned, a spiritualist is more concerned to maintain his consciousness. That is the ultimate goal of a spiritualist, to maintain consciousness properly, to fix our mind on Krishna, not getting disturbed and distracted. And for that, we have to pray intensely for shelter, for power, for strength. So therefore, Arjuna, he told Bhuminjay, please persevere, endure for some time. And in due course of time, so Bhuminjay, he agreed and they continued fighting. And Arjuna, he defeated Bhishma also. And then Dushashan came. Vikarna came on a powerful elephant, wanting to crush Arjuna, but Arjuna killed the elephant also, and Vikarna became so fearful that he jumped off and ran away. So seeing all the warriors being defeated, Duryodhana, he became very angry. He charged at Arjuna. And Arjuna, he laughed. And he shot so many arrows that Duryodhana fell unconscious. Ultimately, he ran away. So now nobody was remaining. And Arjuna, then he took his conch and blew. That was the declaration of victory. So Bhuminjay all the while praised Arjuna for his extraordinary victory. So that's how we saw that Arjuna in this Virata war, this was the pinnacle of the glory of Arjuna, where he could defeat all these warriors single-handedly. So many Akshohini divisions were there. Arjuna defeated everyone, and in the end, he shot a Sammohan Astra, and all the warriors, they were completely bewildered and confused, and then they actually could not maintain their composure also. So that's how Arjuna, he defeated all these warriors and then he returned. What happened after that, we'll discuss next time. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. It's like a whole, kind of a movie going in front of the eyes. Such nice descriptions you were giving, and thank you so much, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, in the beginning, you had spoken something which maybe I missed and didn't. So what's the difference between peace of mind and peace of heart?
Okay. Yeah. So, peace of heart and peace of mind. Actually, peace of mind means the mind is calm, still, not disturbed by anything of this world. That's what people they want. Mind should be peaceful. But the reality is, we are living in a world which is constantly changing. Only thing which is constant is the change. And in this changing world, especially living in a city, to have a peaceful mind is not so easy. Just one phone call is sufficient to disturb our mind. You know, anything happens to our body, our friends, relatives, society, it is sufficient to disturb our mind. So to have this idea that I want to make my mind peaceful, it is not so easy. And even if we achieve it, it will not stay for long. It is very, very temporary. So that's why the peace of mind, it is very difficult to get. And even if we achieve it, it won't stay for long. On the other hand, the peace of heart, what is that? The peace of heart means we have trust and faith that whatever is happening in my life is being orchestrated by the Supreme. That is the trust and faith which makes one peaceful at the level of heart. And that's what all the characters of Srimad Bhagavatam, they are displaying. That is achievable. That is what is described in this characters of Mahabharata and Bhagavatam. So many great devotees of the Lord. They were not peaceful many times. Just like in Vrindavan, so many demons, they would come every day. And naturally, they were not peaceful. But they were peaceful at heart because they knew, they had faith in the words of Gargacharya. Gargacharya, he had said, Eshavashreya dhasyat gopagokula nandana anena sarvadurgani yuyavanjastarishyatha. So when Gargacharya had come for the name giving ceremony of Krishna and Balram, he told Nanda Maharaj that this son of yours, please take shelter of him in any difficult situation. He will take you out of all the difficulties. And that was the foundation of their peace. Although so many disturbing situations were coming in their lives, but still they were peaceful at heart because they knew Krishna is there to save us. So therefore, when we say peace of heart, that means we have faith that, okay, these calamities have come and we have to do the needful. But I know Krishna never fails in protecting his devotees. That's why he's called as Achyuta, who never fails in protecting his devotees. He has taken a vow to protect his devotees. Name bhakta pranashyati kaunteya pratijanihi. So these types of assurances, they give a peace of heart, which is achievable and which is sustainable. It will not go away. So that is what we have to aspire for. And of course, when we have peace of heart, it naturally affects mind also. Mind also becomes peaceful. But it will not be peaceful always. Sometimes some problems will keep coming, sometimes less disturbed, sometimes more disturbed, sometimes relatively peaceful. But in all the circumstances, our uh, foundational understanding gives us peace. Whatever is happening in my life, God is orchestrating for me. Krishna is there, not only for pure devotees, but for everyone. Everyone, any devotee who sincerely tries to practice, Krishna takes care of his devotee's life. He orchestrates the life of his devotees. That gives peace. And that's why we have to keep in touch with scriptures. We have to keep reading the lives of such devotees who have spent their lives in such a way, in midst of all the calamities, but still they never doubted that Krishna is there or not, will he protect me or not. So that is the whole understanding of spiritual life. That's what we have to learn, to have faith in the various things which God is doing in our life. They're all for our welfare. Okay. Hare Krishna.
So, Prabhuji, that means that if peace of heart is there, then automatically that will lead to peace of mind also.
Yes, yes.
So, another thing which I wanted to ask was, you use the determination, obstinacy, you compared them, and perseverance. So, exactly what is the difference between? Because all leads to, you are determined to do, even when you're obstinate. So, what is the exact, difference between?
Yeah. Obstinacy is to do something which is wrong. You know. Both, and determination means to do something which is right. I am hell-bent on doing something which is wrong. I know it is wrong. Many people are telling me not to do this, but still I want to do it. That is obstinacy. Although both requires, a person is very strong and convinced about it. But a demoniac person, a person with a lower nature, he is hell-bent on doing something which is wrong. That is called obstinacy. And determination is a positive describer. Although it looks same, both can be said out to be determined, but technically speaking, obstinacy is the negative describer. He is determined to do something wrong. Many people will tell him, no, don't do this, don't do that, but I want to do this. And the example of Ravana is very appropriate in that. And a devotee, he is determined to do a good thing. A devotee or anyone. Determination means really, uh, you really want to do something good and you don't mind undergoing all the hardships. And that is actually perseverance. Perseverance means, determination means I will do it, and perseverance means I am ready to go through all the problems and the disturbances which will come on the way of executing this duty or service. I don't mind. That is called perseverance. That means, in the simple terms, tolerance, tolerating the problems which come on the path of executing certain good thing. So, and the example of Parikshit Maharaj is given. He was determined and he was ready to undergo all the pains. That is perseverance, because in the youth, in the middle of his flourishing career, he was not just a king of India, he was king of entire Bhumandal. He was youthful, he was having a youthful body, beautiful, powerful, influential, anything which people want, but he gave up everything without getting disturbed. He was ready to tolerate the pain of getting separated from all the worldly allurements. You know, so that's what Shukdev Goswami tells about him. Atma, Jaya, Suta, Agar, Pashu, Dravina, Bandhu, and Rajya. These are the 7 things which people are attached to. Our own body, wife or husband, children, relatives, bank balance, property, cars. But Parikshit Maharaj is not disturbed. When that curse came, he gave up everything. And he just focused on the next life, what to do now. So therefore, when problem comes in the life of a devotee or a spiritualist, he is ready to undergo the pain, and he looks forward in the future. Okay, what is waiting for me in the future? What Lord wants me to do now? Because many times when problem comes, it is very, very difficult to understand why this is happening to me. But baseline understanding of a devotee is, I know there is something which Krishna wants me to learn. If this realization comes and we act on it, then it is success. Then it is worth going through all the pains. And of course, it takes a long time to come to this realization. But we have to pray and beg to Krishna to give us this realization. Otherwise, it will all remain bookish knowledge. We'll be just hearing some information. There will be no transformation. So that's how a devotee is.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you much. Hare Krishna.